Tell me how to stop them.
It's too late.
J.R.R. Tolkien's quote, "Home is behind, the world ahead," really sums up one of the coolest things about movies. They can take us away from our everyday lives and drop us into completely different worlds. Escapism, even though it gets a bad rap sometimes, is one of the things films do best. And in 2025 and 2026, we're going to get some of the best fantasy movies that embrace that power. So, let's dive into the awesome imaginary worlds coming our way in the next couple of years. Wolfman, January 17, 2025. Wolfman is a horror dark fantasy film directed by Lee Whannell, co-written with Corbett Tuck. This reboot of the classic 1941 film The Wolfman stars Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner. Ryan Gosling and Jason Blum are producing, with Blumhouse Productions handling the production. The project, originally announced in 2014, was intended to be part of Universal's shared Dark Universe franchise. However, after the critical and commercial failure of The Mummy, Universal shifted to focus on standalone films. The success of Whannell's The Invisible Man revived interest in the Universal monsters, and Whannell took on Wolfman after Gosling, who initially pitched the project, exited due to scheduling conflicts. Filming took place in New Zealand in early 2024. The film follows Blake, a family man who moves from San Francisco to rural Oregon with his wife Charlotte and daughter Ginger to live in his late father's farmhouse. After a werewolf attacks and claws Blake, he begins transforming, endangering his family. Christopher Abbott plays Blake, while Julia Garner portrays Charlotte and Matilda Firth plays Ginger. The additional cast includes Sam Jagger, Ben Prendergast, and Milo Cawthorn. Whannell drew inspiration from classic werewolf portrayals, incorporating an original design by makeup artist Arian Tootin. Whannell aimed for an intimate horror experience by setting most of the film in a single location, reflecting themes of isolation and inevitability influenced by the COVID-19 pandemic. The film's first teaser trailer and poster were released in September 2024. Universal previously showcased the werewolf design at Halloween Horror Nights, sparking mixed reactions from fans. Whannell later criticized the early reveal of the werewolf, comparing it to premature judgments based on Halloween costumes. Wolfman is scheduled for release on January 17, 2025 through Universal Pictures. Snow White, March 21, 2025. Disney is finally bringing its original animated classic Snow White into the live-action remake realm in 2025. Directed by Mark Webb, known for The Amazing Spider-Man, and written by Greta Gerwig, known for Barbie, and Aaron Cressida Wilson, known for The Girl on the Train, this new version stars Rachel Zegler, who gained recognition in West Side Story as Snow White. Gal Gadot, best known for playing Wonder Woman, takes on the role of the Evil Queen. While Disney's live-action remakes have been successful in the past, like The Lion King, Snow White has sparked controversy from the start. Issues such as casting animated dwarves instead of live-action little people and comments by Zegler about the original movie have stirred up some debate. Despite the drama, the film will hit theaters as scheduled, and it'll be interesting to see whether the Disney brand will carry it through. Minecraft, April 4th, 2025. The Minecraft movie, set for release on April 4th, 2025, is finally bringing the beloved sandbox game to the big screen, thanks to director Jared Hess, best known for Napoleon Dynamite. While the plot details remain unknown, the film has already attracted a star-studded cast. Jason Momoa, famed for his role as Aquaman, will take the lead, with Jack Black playing the iconic Minecraft character Steve. The cast also features Jennifer Coolidge, Matt Berry, Kate McKinnon, Jermaine Clement, Emma Myers, and Danielle Brooks, who will be sharing musical moments with Jack Black in the film. Though we're still uncertain how the movie will blend with the game's vast lore and pixelated world, anticipation is building. How to Train Your Dragon, June 13th, 2025. After 3 successful animated movies, multiple series, and countless spin-offs, the How to Train Your Dragon franchise is finally stepping into the world of live action. In 2025, fans will get to experience a reboot of the original story with a live-action film. Dean DeBlois, who has been the mastermind behind the franchise, returns as both writer and director, ensuring the story stays true to its roots. The movie stars Mason Thames from The Black Phone and Nico Parker from The Last of Us as Hiccup and Astrid, with Gerard Butler reprising his role as Stoic, Hiccup's father. Joining them are Julian Dennison, Gabriel Howell, Bronwyn James, Harry Trevaldwin, and Nick Frost, who will play other familiar characters like Fishlegs, Snotlout, Roughnut, Toughnut, and Gobber. While we don't know exactly how the live-action version will differ from the animated films, we're excited to see what new visual elements it brings to the story. Originally set for March 14, 2025, the release has now been moved to June 13. Jurassic World Rebirth, July 2, 2025. Dinosaurs may be extinct, but the Jurassic Park franchise is still going strong. After the success of the Jurassic World trilogy, Universal is planning a soft reboot with Jurassic World Rebirth. The movie picks up after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, where dinosaurs are still roaming the Earth, but have settled in equatorial climates better suited for them. The plot follows a team of experts trying to obtain DNA from the 3 largest dinosaurs, hoping to create a new miracle drug. However, things go wrong when the team ends up stranded on an island with a terrified family. Scarlett Johansson will lead the team, and she'll be joined by a talented cast, including Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, Manuel Garcia Rulfo, Rupert Friend, Luna Blaze, and David Iacono. The script is written by David Koepp, who penned the original Jurassic Park, and the movie will be directed by Gareth Edwards, known for Rogue One, Godzilla, and The Creator, which earned an Oscar nomination for visual effects. Superman, July 11, 2025. James Gunn's Superman, formerly titled Superman Legacy, is set to kick off a new era for DC Films in 2025. After Gunn took over as co-head of DC Studios in 2022, this will be the first standalone Superman film in over a decade. The film will feature a younger version of the iconic superhero, with David Corenswit playing Superman and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Nicholas Hoult will take on the role of Lex Luthor, and the cast also includes Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern Guy Gardner, Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen, Wendell Pierce as Perry White, and Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. Additionally, Anthony Carrigan, Maria Gabriela Di Faria, Eddie Cathegi, and Sarah Sampaio round out the diverse ensemble. The Fantastic Four: First Steps, July 25, 2025. The Fantastic Four is one of the most iconic superhero teams, but they've had a rough history with movies. Now that they're part of the MCU, fans are hoping this one will finally live up to the hype. We don't know too much about the plot, except that it's set in an alternate universe's 1960s New York, but we do know the cast. After years of fan speculation, Marvel Studios revealed the lineup on Valentine's Day 2024. Pedro Pascal will play Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby will play Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn will be Johnny Storm, and Eben Moss-Bacharach will play Ben Grimm. Julia Garner will appear as the Silver Surfer, Ralph Ineson will play Galactus, and Natasha Lyonne, John Malkovich, and Paul Walter Hauser will portray as yet unknown characters. The film is being directed by WandaVision's Matt Shakman, who replaced Spider-Man Homecoming's John Watts. Originally set for May 2025, The Fantastic Four: First Steps has been pushed back a bit, and now it's scheduled to hit theaters on July 25, 2025. The Bad Guys 2, August 1, 2025. Universal Pictures and DreamWorks Animation are bringing the sequel to theaters. After the first film earned $250 million, it's no surprise that Mr. Wolf and his crew are back for more mischief. This time, they're trying to live the good guy life, but, of course, they're pulled back into a heist by an all-female crime crew, promising more chaos. The original voice cast is returning, including Oscar winner Sam Rockwell as Mr. Wolf, Mark Maron as Mr. Snake, Craig Robinson as Mr. Shark, Anthony Ramos as Mr. Piranha, and Aquafina as Miss Tarantula. Zazie Beetz, Richard Ayoade, Alex Borstein, and Lily Singh are also back, bringing their characters into the mix. Pierre Perifel is once again directing, with J.P. Sands as co-director, ensuring the same fun animation and fast-paced humor. The plot sees the gang attempting to stay on the straight and narrow, only to be pulled into one last heist by a new all-female crime squad. Based on Aaron Blaby's books, the sequel will be packed with more laughs, action, and wild adventures. Before the full movie drops, fans can check out The Bad Guys: A Very Bad Holiday, a holiday prequel on Netflix releasing on November 30th, 2024. It's a TV Y7 rated special featuring a botched Christmas heist, forcing the crew to embrace the holiday spirit, whether they want to or not. Lilo and Stitch, Summer 2025. Disney's live-action remakes have had a mixed track record. Some, like Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King, were huge hits at the box office, while others, like Dumbo and Pinocchio, got panned by critics. Then there are movies like Pete's Dragon that were actually pretty well received, and some, like Peter Pan and Wendy and Mulan, just kind of faded away. So, what about the live-action Lilo and Stitch? It's had a rough journey to the screen, facing everything from COVID delays, a fire on set, and the writer's strike to casting drama. Despite all that, the movie is still happening and is set to release in summer 2025, possibly on May 23rd or August 8th, since Disney has movies slated for both those dates. The good news is that Chris Sanders, who voiced Stitch in the original, will return for the role. Stitch will be CGI, while Maya Kealoha will play Lilo. Sydney Agodong, known for TV and indie films, will star as Lilo's sister Nanny. Joining the cast are Zach Galifianakis as Jumba, Billy Magnuson as Pleakley, and Courtney B. Vance as Cobra Bubbles. Tia Carrera, Amy Hill, and Jason Scott Lee, who were in the animated original, will also be back, playing new characters. The screenplay is by Chris Kekaniokalani Bright, and it's directed by Dean Fleischer Camp, the guy behind the Oscar-nominated Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Let's hope this one does justice to the classic. The Bride, September 26, 2025. Frankenstein stories are making a big comeback with films like Poor Things, Lisa Frankenstein, and Guillermo del Toro's upcoming take on the monster. Now, The Bride is joining the trend. Written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, following the success of her debut, The Lost Daughter, the film stars Jessie Buckley as the title character. The plot centers on a lonely Frankenstein who travels to 1930 Chicago to enlist Dr. Euphronius's help in creating a companion for himself. Together, they bring a murdered young woman back to life, and the bride is born, turning out to be far more than they ever expected. This sparks a fiery romance, police involvement, and even a radical social movement. Alongside Buckley, Christian Bale will play Frankenstein's monster, with Peter Sarsgaard, Annette Bening, Penelope Cruz, and Julianne Hough also in key roles. Maggie's brother, Jake Gyllenhaal, known for films like Roadhouse and Zodiac, will also make an appearance. The Bride will hit IMAX screens just in time for Halloween, so be ready for this dark fantasy movie. Mortal Kombat 2, October 24th, 2025. The first movie, which was released during the strange 2021 COVID year, still managed to rake in $83 million and became Max's most streamed film at the time. With its sequel, we expect even bigger numbers. The last movie left off with Cole Young heading out to recruit new fighters for the Mortal Kombat tournament, hinting at Johnny Cage's arrival. Carl Urban, known for The Boys, will take on the role of Johnny Cage. Fans can also expect to see the return of Jessica McNamee, Mekad Brooks, Ludi Lin, and many others, even though some characters met their end in the first film. New faces include Adeline Rudolph as Katana, Tati Gabrielle as Jade, Martin Ford as Shao Kahn, and more. The script is written by Jeremy Slater, and Simon McQuoid is back to direct the intense fight scenes. This time, Louis Tan confirmed that the sequel will actually feature the Mortal Kombat tournament, unlike the first film. Wicked Part 2, November 26, 2025. Wicked is celebrating its 20th anniversary in 2023, and to keep the magic going, we're getting a two-part film adaptation from director John M. Chu. The first part, Wicked Part 1, will hit theaters on November 22, 2024, with the second part following almost exactly a year later. The films will bring the iconic musical to the big screen, with Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, Ariana Grande as Galinda, and Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz. Based on Gregory Maguire's novel, Wicked tells the true story of the Witches of Oz, featuring all the classic songs like Defying Gravity and For Good. While we don't know yet exactly where Part 1 will end, though we're betting it's right after Defying Gravity, we don't have to wait long to find out. The magic is almost here. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, December 5th, 2025. After nearly a decade of waiting, Five Nights at Freddy's became a huge box office hit, grossing almost $300 million worldwide and surpassing other Blumhouse films like Get Out and Megan. With that kind of success, it was inevitable we'd see more of those creepy animatronics. The sequel was officially confirmed in April 2024. This time around, expect even more scares, with the sequel reportedly upping the terror factor. Fans of the game will recognize Mangle, the terrifying fox monster who's being brought to life by the team at Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Matthew Lillard is also returning as the sinister William Afton, which he confirmed during an interview on the JB and Millie YouTube channel. Get ready for another nightmare. Avatar: Fire and Ash, December 19, 2025. After the success of Avatar: The Way of Water, James Cameron is back at the helm for this third installment in the epic franchise. Fans can expect the return of Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Kate Winslet, and more, with new faces like Una Chaplin, best known from Game of Thrones, playing Varang, the leader of the Ash People, and David Thewlis joining the cast as well. This new chapter will dive deeper into the world of Pandora, introducing the Ash People, a tribe with a fierce connection to fire and a much less friendly attitude than the Na'vi we've met so far. Cameron has teased that this time, the dynamic will flip from the previous films, where humans were the bad guys and the Na'vi were the good guys. It sounds like things are about to get a lot more complicated for Jake Sully and his family. Aang: The Last Airbender, animated film, January 20th, 2026. Aang: The Last Airbender, the first animated movie in the planned Avatar trilogy, will follow an adult Aang. Eric Nam will voice Aang, with Dave Bautista cast as the villain. The voice cast also includes Dion Kwan, Jessica Matten, and Roman Zaragoza. The original animated series aired on Nickelodeon from 2005 to 2008, following Aang, a young monk who must master the four elements to bring peace to the world. A live-action TV adaptation is also available on Netflix, which was recently renewed for 2 more seasons. The plot of Aang: The Last Airbender is still under wraps, but Lauren Montgomery, who worked as a storyboard artist on Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, will direct the movie. The announcement of the film came in 2021, when Nickelodeon launched Avatar Studios, aiming to expand the Avatar universe with the original creators, Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, as co-chief creative officers. They are also executive producing this trilogy, which will consist of standalone stories rather than one continuous narrative. Super Mario Bros. 2, April 3, 2026. The Super Mario Bros. Movie 2 is gearing up for its 2026 release, following the huge success of its predecessor. The first movie made $1.356 billion worldwide, setting the stage for sequels and spin-offs. While specific plot details remain unknown, Keegan-Michael Key, who voices Toad, teased that the sequel will expand the Mario universe and introduce both familiar and obscure characters from the franchise's lore. The movie is set to release on April 3, 2026, a full 3 years after the original. The original voice cast, including Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, and Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, is expected to return. There are also rumors about the introduction of new characters, including Wario, Waluigi, Daisy, and possibly Rosalina from Super Mario Galaxy, as well as new villains like Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings. As for the story, the film will pick up from the first movie's post-credit scenes, with a shrunken Bowser in Peach's castle and a mysterious Yoshi egg left in Brooklyn. These clues suggest the Mario brothers might return to the real world, but with the addition of Yoshi and other new characters, the adventure will likely expand far beyond the Mushroom Kingdom. Masters of the Universe, June 5, 2026. He-Man is making a return to the big screen with a live-action adaptation from Amazon and MGM, marking the franchise's first film since the 1987 Masters of the Universe movie. Rising star Nicholas Galitzine will take on the role of Prince Adam He-Man, while Riverdale's Camila Mendes has been cast as Teela, the captain of the Royal Guard. The movie is expected to be an origin story focusing on Prince Adam's transformation into He-Man and his battle against the villainous Skeletor. Well, that's it. Let me know which movie you are most excited about in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel to get updated regularly with the latest update. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.